Hey, this is Notser, and we're back. It's a video on YouTube. Is this real? Yes, I know. I've had major technical issues that have created huge frustration, and obviously real life is real life. So I don't have enough time to diagnose and fix every issue. I just gotta move on. So we're moving on to the Tier 10 British Battlecruiser, St. Vincent. This is going to be the Tier 10 for that British Battleship line that was teased in the 11.6 patch notes and the 11.6 video. I have had Super Test / CC Early Access played through pretty much the entire line save for one or two tiers. And we're going to showcase this game, talk about the strengths and weaknesses of St. Vincent, and, just discuss how exciting this line is, because hopefully everyone here is familiar with the German Battlecruiser line, because it was an excellent line, and this is setting up to be excellent in its own ways. Obviously, the Germans specialize in secondary armament. What did the British Battlecruisers specialize in? Well, they specialize in British acceleration, which is baked into every single British Battlecruiser. The main British battleship line, the Conqueror, the Lion, the Monarch, they don't get the acceleration improvement. So they are sluggish in the turns and sluggish to start. But the Battlecruiser line will not have that issue. Another cool feature, they've got a improved maximum dispersion calculation, very similar to the German Battlecruiser line. It's just an inherent advantage of battlecruisers in this game format. It allows you to feel accurate from all different ranges and overcome the lack of armor. Your firepower definitely stands out. We land a nice 17,000 broadside on Republic, and it worked out nice. Now, if you look at the high explosive shell right there, you'll note a couple things. High fire chance, low armor piercing, and these are 457s. The St. Vincent gets to benefit from 30mm overmatch at Tier 10. The Tier 9, Duncan, great name, only has 419, sorry, not 406, 419. So it doesn't get the 30mm overmatch. But the Tier 10 in the St. Vincent absolutely gets to benefit from the same rules as the Ohio, the Kremlin, the Vermont, the Preußen, even Yamato. This overmatch advantage, and ooh, big, strong broadside, 23,000. We get a Citadel on Conde, and he's in trouble because we can easily drop off. One of the cool traits of course, the British Battlecruisers is that great concealment, as you can see plainly. 12.8, that's in a maximum concealment build. I have the concealment skill for my commander. Another good, decent broadside. Man, he's got to change his angle. He's just going to die in 3 hits. It's really that simple. The reload is exceptionally fast. Very similar to that of the Germans, of course, but it has the added benefit of better consistent Sigma. I believe St. Vincent is rocking 1.7. So with the improved maximum dispersion, 1.7 Sigma, locate your shells quite well. You're going to knock out targets pretty effectively, especially cruisers. But that's not all. You also get access to a unique torpedo armament. The torpedo armament is actually in the hull of the ship, and when you send your torpedoes with St. Vincent, there is a sort of a homing animation that occurs while the torpedo is setting up to go on a straight dumbfire run. So it makes a unique snaking curvature when initially sending the torpedoes, but they will, carry out their planned attack, and I have yet to actually land one because, yes, these torpedoes do 30,000 damage per hit. Yes, you heard that right, 30,000, but you only get one per side. So good luck hitting one torpedo when someone has hydroacoustic or knowledge that you could potentially send it. Now, most players don't even know what the hell I am. They are newbies of St. Vincent, but I can't imagine that they will be newbies for very long, because the line is very effective in all the right ways for competitive players or players who are familiar with the way to play a battleship to get the most out of it. You can absolutely get the most out of this line. It also has Of course, airstrike depth charges for those submarines, and funny enough, I was actually very successful anti-submarine player. The Brits do get 3 separate airstrikes to call upon, which does, of course, help with wrangling in a submarine here or there. I was 5 out of 5, I believe, at the end of my stream on submarine kills in the last 5 games, so very positive on that. It has a regular damage control party, not the limited use that the German battlecruisers have to make use of. It is a disadvantage against high explosive fire spammers, but the Brits do not have to worry about that at all with the normal use damage control. We also get access to the Super Heal. This is available, of course, on the Conqueror, the Lion, the Nelson, the St. Vincent, and the Duncan. Those are the 2 battle cruisers that get access. That's the Tier 9 and the Tier 10. Obviously, Super Heal, super powerful. Reprint a British ship, we all know that. You do have to be mindful that it is a Super Heal and to not early activate. But who's going to complain about getting a Super Heal? No one. And it's fantastic. We also get engine boost. This engine boost is only 8%, just the same typical that you'd always get. Not really as beneficial as it could be, but to be fair, the French battleships don't have access to the fast engine boost as well. So it would be kind of hypocritical for the Brits to get access to not only improved British acceleration, but also getting access to the best engine boost in the game for a battleship. I know it's a battle cruiser, but it's not really a cruiser. It's so much more like a battleship than it could ever be a cruiser. And then to round out all of the equipment, we've got defensive AA. Now the AA is decent. Defensive AA obviously pushes it over, especially in the flak situations. Dealing with Franklin Delano Roosevelt or maybe a Soviet aircraft carrier, you're going to want flak bursts to really pop them quickly, and obviously defensive AA works quite well for that. And you have decent AA range anyway, so yeah, all in all, pretty favorable in the AA defense. Plus the maneuverability advantage that it does have, it is tough for the aircraft carrier to really not lock you down and do damage in the same way that you would do in a more traditional big lumbering battleship. Now, this ship obviously has a face only a mother would love. It is a hideous creature, a Frankenstein of a ship. We just missed out killing the enemy Buffalo. But that doesn't take away from the traits of playing the ship. It is effective at the uniqueness that it brings to the table. It does give up a little bit in high explosive effectiveness versus that of the main British battleship line. But it gives up only to have better overall dispersion accuracy. I average a higher broadside, literally every single salvo with these AP shells versus some other British battleship line, or, in certain situations, the amount of shells that stay in the ship are higher, so the overall damage output per salvo is larger, and, the reload is fast enough at, I believe, 26 seconds average, with, of course, adrenaline rush and all that stuff calculated. You're going to look at anywhere from 26 to probably 22. That's roughly where you can expect the gun refire to sit, and that's great. That's wonderful. This is just a more accurate 457 gun platform than, pretty much any other 457 available in the game. So yeah, St. Vincent stands out definitely. Now here's one of the weird snakiness. That torpedo just came out of the hull under the water, and it sort of did a curve. It's not homing, it's not doing any of that. That's just that's the feature that they're introducing, and hopefully we feature this guy's Citadel, because he is perfectly broadside. And yes. It's been 10 minutes. We already got 127,000 damage done, and it's not stopping yet. Kremlin looks to be moving out of the position that we sent our torpedoes. Our one torpedo. It does have a 45-second recharge, but it's a 1 torpedo. Very low probability of hitting. And of course, while we're sitting in this position, enemy gearing sent his torpedoes. I'm attempting to fire on this Neptune, who's showing a little too much side, but he does recognize and he slows his approach. Really a fan of these guns. They have short fuse AP, which is an advantage against cruisers and really anything that's small. 30mm overmatch, of course, huge advantage as well, because you can pick on pretty much any cruiser at this tier from any angle and do very good damage. And we're going to get some decent damage on the Yoshino as we're playing this sort of defensive stationary position, which you don't want to do too frequently, because the British Battlecruiser line, especially at high tier, is covered in soft outer armor. 25mm bow and stern, ooh, 22,000, almost 23,000. One more salvo like that and he's out. But 25mm bow, 25mm stern, 40mm deck, 32 everywhere else. And obviously the gun turrets have exceptionally high armor. That's not something you have to deal with. But collectively, very French-like in its outer high explosive armor. And you will have that kind of experience, and that is one of the disadvantages of the line. It doesn't deal with a lot of focus fire very well. It needs to recover. Oh, and see you later, gearing. Definitely felt that, and hopefully he feels that. What? Of course, he sent torpedoes. But yeah, the line itself has a lot of very good traits that create this very high amount of main battery focus fire damage. Very elusive, very nimble, and good recovery. What it doesn't have, hit points. It doesn't have, you know, the amount of hit points or armor that you would want to really withstand like a German full-size battleship with its Citadel and all that stuff. But obviously, it's exceptional, and it does a great job. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing this first look at St. Vincent. We did 172,000 damage, 4 kills, 2 base captures, 2496 base XP, nearly 25. And yeah, hugely impressive main battery performance on this platform. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed that, please like the video, subscribe. You can also follow me at twitch.tv/Notser. I also have my North American recruit invite. It's on the screen right now. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.